Jey Uso won the most star-studded main event-filled Royal Rumble of all time, 2025, and the internet crowd is divided. Now, here's the deal. I respect your opinion. You gotta respect my opinion as long as we are cordial to each other. And if you feel that Jey Uso was undeserving, I'm gonna try to persuade you and letting you know that, well, no, he very much was deserving, and this was the right call. Now, don't mistake me saying that Jey Uso was the right call and everybody else was undeserving. No. CM Punk deserved to win this Royal Rumble. John Cena deserved to win this Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns deserved to win this Rumble. But Jey Uso also deserved to win this Royal Rumble. Unfortunately, you can only have one winner, maybe two if you do the Bret Hart Lex Luger thing, but for the most part, one winner, and Jey Uso very deserving, and I'm going to go over why. Why? Because the whole internet community has it's a civil war right now, and it's oh, he's just a catchphrase, he only knows 3 moves. Then we got people saying, oh, but he's over the crowd, the merchandise sales, and everybody calm down. You have some truths in everything you're saying. The problem is you're letting your emotions get in the way and you're not being able to hear the other side. So I'm going to go over why I believe that Jey Uso was a very, very solid pick to win this Rumble, and I will even discuss valid reasons why maybe they should have went with somebody else. But overall, I'm very, very happy with this choice. Let's start with his interview skills, because people are like, oh, the guy can't carry an interview, and I would beg to differ. If I think back to all the interviews of 2024, these are my flashback waves. We flash back to 2024. I think back to CM Punk saying, I'm more of the American dream than you are to Cody. Cody retorting, I'm more of CM Punk than you are. I think back to Drew McIntyre injuring CM Punk.
I prayed for this and it happened.
Roman Reigns stopping The Rock from his catchphrase saying, I need you to
acknowledge me.
I also think about Gunther. I think about Gunther saying his favorite wrestler was Goldberg to Bret the Hitman Hart.
That you will always be a close second to Bill Goldberg.
I'm also thinking of Jey Uso winning the Intercontinental title and just being really emotional and happy, and just the way that he was just able to convey how he felt to us, making us feel how he was feeling.
I appreciate everyone who's been on my journeys. Yeah.
One of the most memorable interviews last year because of how he connects with that crowd. And then I'm also now thinking, here we are present day, we got Jey Uso, he wins the Royal Rumble, and then he comes out and he gives a speech, and again, he's just very emotional, and it really connected with me. It for real connected with me as a viewer. And I'm like, yeah, this is something, this is special. You can't tell me that he can't give an interview when he can pull on my heartstrings. Cody Rhodes will you mention his dad, the guy is crying, okay? But it feels I don't know, and I'm not a Cody hater, but I'm saying that when Cody starts crying, I'm like, okay, let's just wait for him to stop crying so he can get really angry now. I'm just waiting. It's like going through the motions of a Cody interview. But when Jey Uso's crying, I'm like, aw, these aren't tears. I got something in my eye. Shut up. Jey Uso makes me feel something that others can't, even Cody Rhodes, who kind of does try to invoke the same kind of, response. And Jey Uso, he's just like an everyman. He just talks like normal. And then when something good really happens to him and he starts crying, he makes grown men and grown women cry. And it's not just me, all right? I am not the only baby here, because I had plenty of responses in my comments section saying I was bawling like a baby when Jey Uso was speaking. So, that's rare. That is rare. And the best part of Jey Uso getting, all emotional and stuff during his interview or speech or whatever it is, that you could just tell the love and appreciation he has for the crowd and the people, just like I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And to show it, I'm going to give away this belt right here. Or if you don't want this belt, well, I've got other belts too, like the $1 million belt. You can win this one as well. Or the Smoking Skull Winged Eagle. I'm giving away a belt this Sunday for Jey Uso winning because I didn't think he would win. I made a bet. I lost. I'm going to pay up. But I'm also going to give away another belt when I hit 10,000 subscribers, and I'm almost there. Last I checked, I was at like 8,920. So very, very close. And how can you win, though? How can you win in 1,000 subscribers? All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification. And yep, I'll just give away the belt, the $1 million belt, the Smoking Skull, the Winged Eagle, the Undisputed belt. Give it all away. Well, just one. I'll give one away. One this Sunday, one at 10,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Comment so you can win one of these belts. No joke, free shipping. All right, so anyways, Jey Uso totally deserved this victory. Now, what about Yeet? What about Yeet? Does he rely on Yeet so much? Yeah, there was a moment where he definitely was relying on Yeet way too much, but if you've noticed, if you can get past your preconceived conceptions of him, he's actually stopped saying Yeet as much. Yeah, he still comes out and does the crowd thing, and why wouldn't you? We'll talk about that in a second, but yeah, he still says Yeet, but it's not like all the time. And he kind of uses Yeet like Stone Cold used what? Stone Cold would be like, I went to the store. What? To get a beer. What? To get a 6-pack. What? To get a 12-pack. What? To get a... And it was just what? And Jey Uso does the same thing. I went to the store. Yeet to get a 6-pack. Yeet to get a 12-pack. Yeet. It's the same exact thing. I hated the what chant, though. And while I hated the what chant, it's a little different with Jey Uso, because at least Yeet is only to Jey, and Jey's using it as part of, again, crowd interaction. And guess what? The crowd actually really likes crowd interaction. What's the problem with Jey doing this with the crowd? Like, why is that so offensive? I'm not offended by it. I just don't like that it takes up airtime. Why not? He's made it part of his gimmick. The crowd eats it up. And it's a cool visual, too. It's a cool visual. If you're just some random flipping through channels and you see 60,000 people going like this and then Jey Uso in the middle, you're going to be like, wait, what is going on here? Who is this dude? Who is this puppet master controlling 60,000 people? I would stay tuned for that. Yo, he's just an entrance. He's not just an entrance. You're telling me that's it? That's why I connect with him? That's why this is the only reason why I like that he won the Royal Rumble? No. Give me a break. Give me a break. Saying he's just an entrance and a one-word catchphrase is lazy. That is lazy argument saying why he shouldn't be performing at the level that he is right now. Oh, no, you're not saying it's just this. You're not saying it's just an entrance. You're saying it's a fad, right? It's just a fad. Well, if it's just a fad, then you kind of need to jump on that fad as quick as possible. If you know that you have 6 months of something that is going to be the most popular thing in the world, well, for 6 months, you need to ride that. In what business would a board meeting look like this? Hey, we have this really popular thing that is only going to be around for 6 months. Should we ignore it the entire 6 months because it's eventually going to go away? Or should we jump on the bandwagon and make as much money as possible because we're in a unique position that we actually own this fad? The company would say, make as much money as possible, be as popular as possible, and let's see if we can drag this 6 months into 8 months, and 8 months into 12 months, and so forth and so forth. So if you're just saying, oh, well, this is just a fad, who cares? Like, for real, who cares? Jey Uso right now got himself over with Yeet. But if it was just a fad, imagine if the machine got behind it. Maybe they could make this fad into something that lasts forever. Maybe they could make this fad into Austin 316. Speaking of fads, what about the Yes Movement? That was such a fad, right? The Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan, yes. That was such a fad. 10 years later, Daniel Bryan goes to AEW and retires, and he starts doing this, and guess what? Everybody starts saying yes. Fads in wrestling aren't like fads everywhere else in the world. They just aren't. You know, we remember, we love, we cherish. And you want to know who else was a fad? I'm just going to give a couple more examples. Here's a fad, The Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior was a fad, right? Just some guy who couldn't wrestle, some guy who had awkward interview skills, some guy who was just like, honestly, they say Jey Uso has 3 moves. Ultimate Warrior actually probably did have 3 moves. That's an exaggeration on Jey Uso, but not the Warrior. Ultimate Warrior had 3 moves. Gorilla Press, Clothesline, and he would jump on you, splash. And then sometimes he would snort at you as well. So 4 moves. That was his 4th move, the snort. But guess what? Ultimate Warrior produced one of the best WrestleMania main events of all time against another guy who didn't have a lot of moves either. Hulk Hogan. Those two combined with Warrior's 3 moves, 4 moves with the snort, and Hogan, his leg drop, and, maybe about 5 moves. One of the best WrestleMania main events of all time, and if you want to say the Warrior was a fad, that's fair. I actually liked the Warrior back in the day, but and so did a lot of people, and a lot of people still have fond memories of him. So now, if this is just a fad, again, strike while the iron's hot and make as much money as possible. Or, I got something crazy to say. Hot take. It's not just a fad. I'm here to tell you that it is not a fad. You know when the Yeet started? 2023. What year is it right now? 2025. My invisible watch says it's 2025. That means when Jey Uso, he jumped ship around 2023 SummerSlam to Raw, that's when the Yeet slowly started. The hand motion slowly started, and that means that for a year and a half now, we have been doing Yeet, 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 and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Will it eventually die down? Of course. Everything eventually dies down. Nobody's still yelling, Austin 316, NWO too sweet! Everything eventually dies down. But right now, it's not. It is evident. There were 60, 70,000 people at the Royal Rumble doing Yeet. There were, last year, Lyon, France, all the way across the globe, doing Yeet so much that the stadium, the arena, was shaking. After Raw, everybody Yeet. Everybody was yeeting so much that Jey Uso said encore. They yeeted so much that he had an encore of his music. Oh, well, I don't want to sit through an encore of his music. When was the last time anybody did an encore for a WWE theme song, an entrance? The dude is over. And, oh, well, he's just over. The fans don't know what they want. What other company are we going to say the fans don't know what they want? Don't give it to them. That is insane logic to me. Just because your guy did not win the Royal Rumble doesn't mean Jey Uso's a bad pick. Jey Uso's an awesome pick. Oh, but he only has 3 moves. And no, he doesn't. Here, I'm gonna show you this video clip of him having more than just 3 moves. So now let's go back to the Rumble itself. It was the most star-studded Rumble, right? And it's like, we should have let CM Punk win. We should have let John Cena win. We should have let everybody else but Jey Uso win, apparently. And I will say this is the only argument that I can really see on why Jey Uso should not have won, and it should have been probably CM Punk. And I'm going to focus on this just for a little bit, and this is to show that I'm not just blindly being a Jey Uso supporter, that I'm just like, I can't hear any criticism whatsoever. I want to show you that there is some legit criticism out there, and we can have a discussion. Maybe CM Punk should have won is this. Last year, Sami Zayn versus Gunther, and Sami Zayn dethroned Gunther. I believe the right call would have been Chad Gable actually dethroning Gunther. The story was already in place. Gunther beat up Chad in front of his little girl, and she was crying, and Chad Gable had a count-out victory on him. He was getting closer and closer to beating Gunther, and then Sami Zayn kind of swooped in and took the spot and won the Intercontinental title. So fast forward to this year, CM Punk, he is red hot, coming off one of the greatest feuds of last year, and then he's all about, I need to main event WrestleMania. Is an awesome promo with Cody Rhodes, and then Jey Uso swoops in and takes the main event spot. There is a really good, juicy storyline for CM Punk to win. John Cena also, you could argue, has almost a similar storyline, but he's here for an entire year. John Cena can win the 17th belt at any time and point, and even if he loses or he doesn't make it to the main event, even though it is his last WrestleMania, even if he doesn't make it to the main event, it's like, you know what? John Cena doesn't really care. He's fine in Hollywood. But CM Punk, Well, this is part of who he is and his character. So I could see why it's really just, and maybe even Roman Reigns having a trilogy in a row with Cody Rhodes. I could see those three having built-in storylines on why they should main event. That's it, though. That's it. If you take the CM Punk motivations and compare it to Chad Gable last year, I could see that argument why CM Punk was the right winner. But that said, CM Punk, circa 2011, during a pipe bomb, would be the first to tell you that he is sick and tired of these part-timers / old-timers coming back just at WrestleMania season to take the main event spot away from guys like Jey Uso, who's been there week in, week out, doing the work, breaking their backs.
For almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best, but the fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania and that makes me sick.
CM Punk's words, not mine. And that's why also I feel John Cena should have won, because also if we go to the Women's Royal Rumble, a very predictable and safe person won, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair's resume speaks for itself. She was definitely deserving of the spot, but guess what? I did not want it. I did not like it. I would much rather of Io Sky, who I also felt was deserving of the spot. I would have loved for Io Sky to get it. I would have loved for WWE to have done something maybe, I don't know, maybe not safe, maybe a little scary, and gave it to Naomi even. Naomi deserves it. I'm not saying Charlotte Flair doesn't deserve it. I'm saying other people deserve it as well. And the Charlotte Flair victory was very, very, I don't know, just so predictable. And to me, lame sauce. So I'm glad that they didn't do that with the Royal Rumble 2025, because as I stated in the beginning, this was the most star-studded main event-filled Rumble. So why would we just give it to another main eventer? Like, they've already established themselves. Why not elevate somebody? Why not try to make another main eventer, another established star in Jey Uso? Because, you know what? John Cena, he's gone after this year. CM Punk, how many years does the dude have left? Maybe 3? Maybe 4? I don't know. He's going to be gone soon. Roman Reigns, he's already pretty much gone, but, you know, we will get some storylines out of him. I'm not saying that he's gone, but he's not here all the time. So those are 3 main event guys that everybody wanted to win the Rumble. We didn't need them to win the Rumble. Real soon, those guys are gone. We need to replenish the main event scene. And Jey Uso, he's a perfect choice for it. Yeah, we could have done Drew McIntyre. Not gonna lie, we could have done Drew McIntyre, but, I mean, the dude already won. The dude already won a Royal Rumble 2020. He didn't have his moment at WrestleMania like he should have because of the, you know, that thing that happened in 2020. But it's like, can't we just crown someone new? This was a great opportunity to just completely elevate somebody, which they did with Jey Uso. This is huge for him. And you're like, well, I just don't want to see Gunther versus Jey Uso 4. We just had that. I said this in my hot take video. I'm going to say it again. Last year, we had Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, right? We had that at WrestleMania, and it was really good. It was a good build-up, and it was a good match. This was their 4th match in a 365-day time period, and yet it was new and fresh. Gunther versus Jey Uso can be new and fresh. And after the Royal Rumble victory Monday Night Raw, and Jey Uso got done with some of his tears, and I'm not making fun of him, I was like emotional with him. Gunther came out, and Gunther cut a promo saying, you better not come after me. I will make your life miserable. And I'll tell you what, the fire that Gunther, that he gave out, really made me want to see a 4th encounter between these guys, because it seems like Gunther's just getting more and more annoyed. And now, their other couple matches, their first match was based upon, I want the Intercontinental title from you, Gunther. Their second match was based upon, we both want to become King of the Ring. So, there were really no stakes or animosity, right? No stakes or animosity, just they wanted to accomplish a goal. The third match, kind of the same, but you could see Gunther starting to make it personal. It was just, I want to win the world title. Now, though, it's also, I want to win the world title and prove myself and prove that I can beat you. And Gunther is making it really, really personal, just saying, I'm tired of you. I hate you. Get away from me. Get out of my face. And now that's when the storyline is going to get good. So now this might be their best match ever because there's actual hate, animosity, and there's just so much now to this story. Just like when Drew and Seth fought for their 4th time, it was the best of the 4 because now there was like a personal element attached to it, and that's what we could get at WrestleMania. Now, Jey Uso could also go after Cody Rhodes. I don't think that would be smart because of everything I just said about how Jey Uso is so over. They're still trying to make Cody over, and it would destroy Cody. If Cody had to put down the babyface Jey Uso, it would destroy him. And I don't think they're going to go that route. If they do, it'll be very, very cool, and I'll be very on board with it. But I think Gunther has a storyline built in that will be very good, and that Jey Uso could actually win the title and just move forward as champion. And Cody can continue on and fight whoever. I'm thinking John Cena, but we'll see. So the storyline as it stands right now could be Gunther, Jey, makes a lot of sense. Cody and Jey can make sense too if you can make anything make sense, honestly, but Gunther, Jey, and it needs to be night 1 main event. I really do think, I don't want to see an opening match. I really feel that we need to go all in on this Jey Uso push and make it the night 1 main event. And it's like, oh, but he doesn't know as many moves. Not knowing 100 moves is not the worst thing in the world. That connection he has with the crowd is so much more important. You want to see 1,000 moves in 5 minutes? Go watch AEW. All right? I'm not saying that it's not cool. I'm not saying it's not awesome when we do have 800 moves in a time frame of 10 minutes. I really liked Penta. Penta was in AEW. I never connected with the dude. But the moment he came to WWE, I was like, holy crap, this dude's insane and awesome. From his walking down the ring, to his moves, to his interview after, even though I couldn't understand Spanish, like everything about him was awesome and amazing, including his moves. So I do like moves, but they're not everything. So let's just put it all aside. If you are legit concerned about Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble and you just feel that he wasn't the right call, I get it. I understand. I didn't think Sami Zayn was the right call last year to dethrone Gunther. Life went on. We got over it. Let's just give Jey a chance. Let's give Jey a chance. The dude's been at it for 14 years. He loves this business. I really feel that we should just, we should appreciate that we got somebody like Jey instead of somebody that, just here for a paycheck. Just a part-timer, here for a paycheck, or to show up once or twice every other month, or for just the big PLEs. I'm not throwing shade at anybody like that. You earned your part-time schedule, but let's just be happy that we got a full-timer here, putting in the work, connecting with the audience, and yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for the Jey Uso title reign, the main event Jey Uso push. Yeet, my friends, yeet. What did you think of this video? Please let me know. Do you feel that Jey Uso is deserving, not deserving? Did this video change your mind at all? Just comment below. Boys, girls, have yourself a yeet, a full day. Yeah, I went there.